and welcome to today's class. Now, looking at these pictures, you must have guessed what our topic is. Yes, it's article writing. Articles can be written for various purposes. Let's see the purposes for which an article is written. The first is describing an event, a person, his life, and actions. An article can also be written for describing a place or narrating about an event. It is also very commonly used for expressing views on some social issue, and articles are also used for expressing arguments in favor or against of a stated hypothesis or event. So we can clearly see that articles are written for different types of purposes. The marks allotted for article writing for this session, that is 2020 and 2021, has been reduced. Now the marks allotted is 5 marks, which is divided between format 1 marks, content 2 marks, expression another 2 marks. And the word limit now is 120 to 150 words only. In general, articles are of two types. The first type is the magazine articles. It could be a general magazine or a school magazine. Magazine articles have a limited audience. The second is a widespread article which is published in newspapers which has wider audience. Let's now quickly discuss a few points that we should remember while writing an article. The first is give a title that catches the attention of the reader. It's very important that a title is catchy, attractive, because that grabs the attention of the readers and they will be interested to read the entire article. The second point is begin with a striking opening sentence that attracts the readers and get them interested in the topic. The introduction to the article is very important because that sets the foundation as to what the article is going to be about. So it's very important that we begin an article with a striking opening sentence with a quote or a rhetorical question which makes the readers think about that topic. The next point is introduce a new point at the beginning of each paragraph to strengthen your ideas. Each paragraph that we write for article, at the very beginning of that paragraph, it's important to introduce a point that we are going to talk about in the entire paragraph. The next point is present a strong argument for your idea, supporting it with evidence or elaboration. As we have discussed the purpose, many a times an article is written for or against an event or hypothesis. In order to prove your point, it's very important that we provide enough examples, data, for in order to prove our points. Next point, we can use however, therefore, altogether, even though, in order to, such linking words to give a coherent composition in an article writing. These linking words can be used to take the article ahead. Continuing with the points to remember, our next point that we should remember while writing an article is use passive voice, humor, emotive language, rhetorical questions to provide a specific effort. When we use humor, people get interested. When we try to catch the emotions of people through a piece of writing, or when we are raising a rhetorical question that makes the readers think about that topic, all these have a specific effect on the readers, which keeps them grabbed. Their attention is there on the article. Next point that we should remember is conclude with strongest point. When coming to the conclusion of the article, it's very important that we conclude with a very strong point. Likewise, as we discussed in the introduction, the introductory part should also be very strong. Similarly, the ending should also end with the strongest point of our argument. Next point, clarity of writing can be ensured only by knowing the purpose of writing and the audience. Very truly said. If we know for whom are we writing our article, who are going to be the audience, it gives purpose to our writing. We can understand the audience, their needs, their understanding, and hence draft our article. Coming to the next point, do not add too many quotations. It takes away the essence of the article. Yes, quotations are important, but not too many. We need to understand that quotation should add to the essence of the article. It shouldn't just make it look as a piece of copied quotations. Do use the quotations wisely. Connect them to the article. It should be interconnected. Moving on to the next point, remember to proofread and edit your writing. When we are writing any long question, it's important that we read it once we finish writing and accordingly edit our final writing. And last point is sticking to the word limit. It's very important that we stick to the word limit that has been given to us in the question. I hope all these points that we have discussed here, you remember them and use them whenever you're writing an article. Let's now quickly see an example of article writing. We have provided an example of article writing. You can clearly see the heading and the byline that comes at the top, the introductory part, the body of the article with all the supporting details, and then the conclusion. We need to divide an article in different paragraphs. At least there should be minimum 3 paragraphs. The byline can be written just beneath the heading or when you finish the entire article. That's as per the choice of the student. Now you can quickly go through this article and see how do we write an article. In the next part of the video, we have provided few questions that have been asked in the CBSE exams in the past few years. Please go through them. Try to understand them. Think of the points that you can incorporate in your writing for these questions. In questions like these, where the question itself provides clues for writing, suggested that students try to use as many as they can. Thank you for watching the entire video patiently. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you have any suggestions, please do so. Share them with us so that we can improve our videos.